I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Tuesday, February 17th. Today, a disturbing incident.
We need to know that Theo's going to be safe.
Why one mother is calling for an investigation into what she says is a case of school bullying. Also today, a sign of the season.
They don't let us get too close to where they're cutting, so we went on the red.
Why ice cutting is underway on the Red River.
And more signs of the season: snow, significant snow, blowing snow, even freezing rain, all heading towards southern Manitoba. I'll show you how much and how long it's going to last.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Beaten up and subject to racist insults. That's what one Indigenous mother says happened to her son at a Steinbach Middle School in what's being described as a disturbing bullying incident. Now, an organization devoted to reconciliation is calling on Hanover School Division to launch an investigation and send a strong message about racial attacks. Standing by live with the latest is CTV's Joseph Bernacki. So, Joseph, what happened at the school?
Marilee, according to mom Melissa Johnson, her 11-year-old son Theo Osborne came home after school last week traumatized. She said two 11-year-old boys attacked him, pulled out his hair, and injured his face and teeth during the lunch hour at Stony Brook Middle School. She said it was so severe he had a concussion.
Well, they called me at work around 3 and they said that Theo had been in an altercation with a couple boys, and both were fists were flying and Theo had a fat lip. So I instantly started crying.
Johnson says this is just the latest incident, and her son has been bullied for months. Kids at Stony Brook Middle School have mocked his Indigenous heritage, including his long hair, but also bullied him about his weight. She says Theo tries to stand up for himself, but she's tired of the school not protecting him. RCMP confirmed they spoke with Theo's family, but said given that both of the boys were 11, no charges could be laid, as under the Youth Criminal Justice Act, that minimum is 12.
Well, bullying is bad enough by itself. This is an escalation of that. This was an attack. This was an assault. We need to know that Theo's going to be safe going to school.
Bambi Dawn works with Mino Odewin, an Indigenous-based advocacy group in Steinbach, and a friend of the family. She says they are calling for a formal investigation into how the Hanover School Division is handling the incident. A statement from the school division sent a statement in part saying the incident was deeply upsetting for the student, family, and broader community. The division says in part every student deserves to feel safe, respected, and supported at school. They are currently investigating the incident. The family met with school officials Tuesday after school.
So, Joseph, were the kids involved in this punished at all?
Yeah, Marilee, the school division wouldn't say, but Theo's mom says they told her both students were suspended for 5 days, the maximum they could be given.
All right, thanks for this, Joseph. The search for a man wanted in connection to a fatal Canada Day crash that claimed the lives of two well-known local musicians is over. 37-year-old Matthew Govero is now in police custody. According to RCMP, he was driving a vehicle that crossed the center line of Highway 10 north of Swan River, crashing head-on into a vehicle parked on the shoulder. Royal Canoe bassist Brendan Berg and his longtime girlfriend Olivia Michalchuk were in that parked car and died. A 29-year-old man in Govero's vehicle also died. Govero was arrested Saturday. He's facing 17 charges, including 3 counts of impaired driving causing death, 3 counts of dangerous operation of a vehicle causing death, and 3 counts of careless driving. The charges have not been tested in court. More than 1,500 newborns have been screened for congenital cytomegalovirus since a provincial program was expanded in December.
We're going to identify these kids. We're going to be able to treat them, and kids are going to have a much better outcome.
CCMV affects around 1 in 200 births and is one of the leading non-genetic causes of permanent hearing loss in children. It can also result in developmental delays. Early screening helps identify infection sooner so doctors can monitor and treat the virus, reducing the risk of long-term complications.
We want to prove it's congenital, and to prove it's congenital, we need to catch it in the first 3 weeks of birth. And 2, the treatment needs to be early. The earlier the treatment, the better. The baby's still young. The antivirals are so effective.
Manitoba joins Saskatchewan, Ontario, and some U.S. jurisdictions in providing universal CCMV screening. Manitoba's newborn screening program uses a small heel prick blood sample to screen for more than 40 rare disorders. A trial is now underway for a man accused of fatally shooting 5 people in a West Broadway rooming house. Opening arguments began today in the trial for Jamie Felix. He's pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of second-degree murder for the deadly shooting in November of 2023. Today, the prosecutor told the jury Felix fired 9 shots into a unit after days of using drugs and drinking alcohol. She went on to say Felix then turned the gun on himself but ran out of bullets. He was arrested 5 days later. 2 people died at the scene. 2 others died in hospital shortly after. The 5th person died last year. Well, it's a sure sign spring is just around the corner. Earlier today, the province started its ice cutting operations on the Red River. And as CTV's Danton Unger reports, for ice fishers on the river, this begins the countdown to the end of the ice fishing season.
Moose Shiwa got an unwelcome surprise when he drove to the end of Maine Tuesday afternoon, only to get turned around.
We wanted to come do some ice fishing, and suddenly it says, "Do not enter." We're like, what the hell is going on?
What's going on is the province's annual ice cutting operations that got underway Tuesday morning, with the bright green Amphibex machines beginning to claw their way down the Red River from the Netley Marsh to Selkirk, about 28 kilometers in total. This program started 20 years ago, with these mighty machines breaking up the ice to reduce the risk of flooding caused by ice jams on the lower Red River. Warning signs have been posted along the Red River, with the province asking those using the river to stay off the ice in these areas. Ice fishers are also reminded to remove huts or other materials in the areas where the ice jam mitigation program is taking place, the province said in a bulletin, adding notices to ice fishers will be posted at least 2 weeks before the shacks need to be removed. Meanwhile, further down the river near Lockport, Dirk Vanderboss and his brothers are getting in as much ice fishing as they can.
We've still been popping up some pretty big fish.
But for Vanderboss, the return of the Amphibex machines means spring is just around the corner, and another ice fishing season is coming to a close.
We still got another 6 weeks of fishing yet, so until then, just keep trying.
The province says it expects to have this ice cutting work here on the Red River complete by March 10th. Danton Unger, CTV News, Lockport.
All right, CTV weather specialist Colleen Brady joins us now with the first look at your Skywatch evening forecast and an update on that major winter storm headed our way. Whereabouts is it now, Colleen?
Well, we can see the first snow bands moving across the satellite radar across southern Manitoba. You can see just to the southwest of Winnipeg there, but we're not only seeing snow as we were expecting. The southwest corner is also picking up some freezing rain. So there are various forms of precipitation associated with this Montana low. Now, we have weather alerts that are in effect issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada under its new color coding system. All 3 of them are in yellow, so let me try to break this down for you. All of southern Manitoba under a snowfall warning. Generally speaking, 15 to 25 centimeters is expected from the weather agency, and it's forecasting heavier amounts in some parts of the southwest. I'll break that down a little bit further coming up, but also in the southwest where you saw that freezing rain, that's where there's a freezing rain warning in effect right now. Additionally, other areas in the southwest, as well as those areas in the corner, under a blowing snow advisory for very strong winds that are encountering this low pressure system. And as that snow starts to fall, it's going to create some blowing snow and reduce visibility. I'll have more details coming up on this storm system, how long it's going to last, and when it's going to be on its way before too long. But for now, we have to take a look at the CTV Live Eye. It is brought to you by Bath Fitter, exclusive home of the PermaFit solution. In Winnipeg right now, the calm before the storm, -1 and cloudy with the winds. It feels like -8. Those winds out of the east-northeast at 32 kilometers an hour. The pressure is dropping and the humidity right now is 52%. Out on the roads, or on the bridges in this case, specifically the St. James Bridge, traffic heavier on the southbound side as you might expect, but moving well in both directions.
There's a chance, yeah. Thought of it? Yeah.
Why Winnipeg Blue Bombers next season could be Zach Collaros' swan song. We've got all those details coming up after the break.
The annual rate of inflation ticked down in the month of January to 2.3%. StatsCan says gas prices were about 16% lower year over year, but that decline was offset by food inflation, which increased more than 7% annually. Shelter inflation also eased, only rising 1.7% in January. That's the first time in almost 5 years that figure has been below 2%. And here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar didn't move much, ending the day at 73.31. West Texas Intermediate is down to 62.26. Western Canadian Select is up to just over $47 a barrel. And the TSX dropped today, down 177 points. Those are your business headlines. I'm Lindsay Biscaya.
Market Watch is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Group health plans for any size business.
Blue Bombers quarterback Zach Collaros is excited for the 2026 season, but admits it could be his CFL swan song.
There's a chance, yeah.
You thought of it?
Yeah, but not in like a negative way. Like I still feel really good. I still really enjoy like the entire process. I enjoy working out, like getting up early and doing it. And then, this off season's been great. Working with Tommy and putting stuff together. For the training camp and for the season, stuff kind of been reinvigorated in that way.
Collaros is entering his 7th season in blue and gold and 14th in the league. The two-time CFL Most Outstanding Player talked about his up and down 2025 campaign marred by injuries and turnovers, but says 2026 is a chance to erase all of that and credits management for beefing up the offensive line and reloading the receiver core during free agency.
For myself, being a little longer in the tooth, in this game and some of the other guys who've been here for a long period of time, I think it just sends a message like, hey, we're trying to win now. Like we want to continue competing for Western Championships and competing for Grey Cups.
Collaros says he's also looking forward to working alongside new offensive coordinator Tommy Condell. The 2026 CFL season kicks off in June. U.S. civil rights leader Jesse Jackson has died. Jackson had been living with progressive supranuclear palsy and was hospitalized in November of last year. He also revealed in 2017 he had Parkinson's disease. The Reverend was a leader of the U.S. civil rights movement since the 1960s. He also fought for the rights of Black Americans alongside Martin Luther King Jr. and was there when King was assassinated in 1968. His family released a statement saying, quote, "Our father was a servant leader, not only to our family, but to the oppressed, the voiceless, and the overlooked around the world." Jesse Jackson was 84 years old. The Canadian Car of the Year award was presented at Toronto's Auto Show, and the Honda Civic hung on to the title for the 2nd straight year. Other big winners included the Hyundai Palisade for Utility Vehicle of the Year and the Porsche Taycan, which picked up the Canadian Electric Car of the Year award.
For my time, but I've been told you never come back from Copperhead Road.
When Steve Earle is taking the road to Winnipeg. Stay with us.
Spotlight sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Straight From Me to You, the tribute to George Strait.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and we're kicking things off today with a new one-man show focused on a Canadian telecom giant that's set to hit the stage.
That's right, and it's called Rogers v. Rogers.
It covers conversations and topics that we are all concerned with these days, which is our cell phone bills rising and rising, and prices, on all products rising, and the lack of competition in this country.
It tells the story of Edward Rogers, the CEO of Rogers Communications, as he tries to acquire Shaw Communications. The show follows his legal battle with Canada's Commissioner of Communication, who tries to stop the acquisition. And it stars Tom Rooney, who we will say won't be phoning in his performance, as in he'll be playing all 16 characters.
Wow.
It's a bit of a marathon, I have to say. When I have to do 2 shows in a day, it's pretty exhausting. But it's also very fun. And I just say the writing. Michael Healy is the playwright. His writing is so fun and very entertaining. So it's a great. I love having the relationship between it's just me and the audience, and I think we all have a pretty good time.
The show kicks off tomorrow at the John Hirsch Main Stage and runs through March 14th.
All right, now to some concert news. A legendary American country rock singer-songwriter is coming to Winnipeg.
Steve Earle is bringing his hits to Burton Cummings Theatre.
For my time, but I've been told to never come back from Copperhead Road.
Steve Earle is set to play the Burt on July 15th. Earle is best known for his song Copperhead Road and is in the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame. There you go. Now, he's also written with the likes of Johnny Cash, The Pretenders, and Emmylou Harris, and more. Tickets go on sale February 20th at 10 a.m.
A Punjabi Canadian music star is also heading out across the country this spring.
And fans of the breakout star here may mark your calendars on May 13th. That's the day Karan Aujla will bring his P-pop culture tour to Canada Life Centre here in Winnipeg. It's his first Canadian tour, and it is in support of his newest album by the same name, which is the highest charting debut for a Punjabi language album. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. through Ticketmaster.
A husband and wife duo are starring in a music video together.
Margaret Qualley and Jack Antonoff are featured in his band's latest music video. Bleachers released this song, You and Forever. Their new album, Everyone for 10 Minutes, drops May 22nd.
All right, now to the cast of Bridgerton, which is taking a step back into high society.
The stars of season 4 reacted to their biggest moments in part 1.
Why am I shy? I'm so shy.
The show will be back for part 2 on February 26th. Now, so far, only one teaser trailer has been released ahead of the final chapter.
Why is it changed?
Gotta wait. All right, and finally, we're getting a look inside Mandy Moore's California home.
Moore and her husband, Taylor Goldsmith, gave Architectural Digest a tour of their Spanish colonial.
I feel like that it's very intentionally softer and warmer and richer and more colorful and more playful. Overwhelmingly,
It was rebuilt after the LA wildfires and reimagined for life with their 3 children.
Fabric.
Looks great.
It is beautiful.
All right, thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Will Trent kicks off your primetime lineup at 7, I believe. High Potential follows at 8. Catch W5. Avery Haynes investigates at 9. And Best Medicine wraps up the night at 10. It's all right here tonight on CTV.
CTV Primetime Lineup, brought to you by the Parkway Retirement Community. Welcome home.
A live look right now at Notre Dame. Traffic just getting rolling once again. No snow falling just yet, but I will show you when it is expected coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Now, I want to start with the radar, the satellite radar zoomed out just to show you what we're in the midst of. It's certainly not just Manitoba affected. This is a big low pressure system that originated out of Montana, the center of that low. Now, as it comes closer to Manitoba, it's going to be encountering a ridge of high pressure. You push the two together, basically the easy way to explain it, and those winds will speed right up. We're already starting to see that happen. Some very strong and gusty winds generally coming from the east. Now, also, as I mentioned earlier, freezing rain popping up in the southwest part of the province, but we could see some of that freezing rain extend further east over the course of the evening, so watch for that, including even here in Winnipeg. There's the risk of it. Now, we're starting to see the first bands come through southern Manitoba, so we may well see some snow come through Winnipeg, and then it may stop, but that doesn't mean that's all that's coming. There's a much more steady snowfall that is hours away. Now, I mentioned there are 3 different weather alerts, yellow-coded, issued by Environment Canada. All of southern Manitoba Manitoba, or most of us, under this snowfall warning. Again, in a very general sense, Environment Canada forecasting 15 to 25 centimeters of snow across this warned area. In the Parkland region, where elevations are a little higher, upwards of 30, even more centimeters is possible. Also, we have a blowing snow advisory for parts of the southwest for now, with those strong south winds that I was telling you. Those winds should, well, they'll ease up, but only minimally throughout the night. But for the most part, areas like Brandon and surrounding regions under that blowing snow advisory. And then on top of all of that, the southwest corner where that freezing rain is showing up, also under a freezing rain warning. So 3 weather alerts in effect for southwestern Manitoba. East into northwestern Ontario, this is all headed your way as well. Cloudy now. Environment Canada still sticking with a special weather statement saying that it's a little unclear still what the track of this system will take once it reaches Ontario. So for now, the forecast amount is 5 to 15 centimeters between what's going to start falling tonight through the day on Wednesday night, and into early Thursday. So as we go through the next few hours, you can see, the Futurecast, keep in mind, is just one forecast model. It has the timing of the bulk of the precipitation coming into Winnipeg very late tonight, and it could start off with some freezing rain, but all of the southwest will see the snow. It's going to move north as well along that border with Saskatchewan. Overnight, that snow will be falling. The winds will be blowing. Watch out for blowing snow across the south. Will there be highway closures? That's tough to say, but it is certainly a possibility. We get into the day tomorrow. All throughout that day, the snow will continue to fall across the south, and then into tomorrow night, and then overnight. Once we get into Thursday, you can see it starts to lighten up considerably. So I'll move through the rest pretty quickly. -5 tonight, our overnight low. 5 to 10 centimeters forecast tonight, and some very strong winds. Another 5 to 10 centimeters forecast tomorrow, and another 5 to 10 centimeters forecast tomorrow night for Winnipeg. So anywhere from 15 to 30 centimeters is forecast by Environment Canada. Flurries likely Thursday, cloudy Friday, and then colder temperatures in behind the system in a few days' time, heading into the weekend. Our first weather photo is from Betty, the calm before the storm, she says, out in Morden. And Irene sent this next photo. She said the sky was so beautiful last night in West St. Paul. She just took that photo and sent it in. Send us yours to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. People around the world are saying farewell to the Year of the Snake. In Beijing, people gather to celebrate the Year of the Fire Horse. In Vietnam, people mark the occasion with colorful fireworks. The Lunar New Year coincides with the first new moon of the lunar calendar. It's a 15-day festival. Each year is associated with one of the 12 signs of the Chinese zodiac. And this is the Year of the Horse. The horse, in case you're wondering, symbolizes vitality and confidence. So there you have it. All right.
Beautiful
that does it for us
celebration.
this hour. We're back at 6 with more local news.